a brush fire in Orange off the 241 freeway sparked interest in East Orange County. Chapman News brings you the report with exclusive video.
And Chapman University becomes a major player in Orange County as it spreads into Irvine with a new building.
Good afternoon and welcome to Chapman News. I'm Asia Celestino.
And I'm Daniela Pardo. Thank you for joining us today.
The fire danger near the Silverado Canyon Hills that sparked attention yesterday is now 100% contained with no damage to any structures. Reporter Trent Schlom was at the site with exclusive video from the blaze, first reported by Chapman News.
A brush fire swept the hills in East Orange County Thursday afternoon, just off of Santiago Canyon Road near the 241 toll road. The fire was first reported to officials at approximately 4:15 and quickly grew from 2 to 15 acres in the 15 minutes it took for first responders to arrive. Firefighters made several water drops within minutes of the initial response with a focus on keeping the fire away from buildings. There are no structures in the immediate area, and the eastern wind blew the fire away from the 241 toll road, leaving no people in danger. Several bystanders took photographs from the side of the freeway of the billowing smoke and flames. This canyon is an area known for fires. In 2007, the Santiago fire burned over 28,000 acres and destroyed 12 homes. Even the small ones caused concern for canyon residents. This time, only commuters were affected. As of about 9:30, Santiago Canyon Road was still closed. The fire is out. That is the good news. Police still protecting this road, though some homeowners are able to go through if they live in the area. But in the morning, all is expected to be clear. No damage done, fortunately, here in Orange. Reporting in Orange, I'm Trent Schlom, Chapman News.
There is no official information as of yet to determine the cause of the fire. Investigators are continuing to evaluate the area where the fire is known to have started.
Third-generation Orange County native and go-to historian James Sleeper passed away early Thursday morning at his home in Tustin due to his ill health. For more than six decades, Sleeper published articles and books on local history with colorful titles that reflected his wry humor. With his knowledge of Orange County history, he became a valuable resource to journalists in the area. A public memorial service will be held at noon on Friday, October 12th at Waverly Chapel at Fairhaven Memorial Park and Mortuary in Santa Ana.
Jill and Kent Easter pleaded not guilty on Monday to charges of planting illegal drugs in a car at their son's school in Irvine. Prosecutors say the couple planted prescription pills, marijuana, and a pipe in the car of a parent volunteer who they believe did not supervise their son correctly. After planting the drugs, the couple reported her to the Irvine police. The two are due back in court next month, and if convicted, each may face up to 4 years in prison.
A gang-related shooting in Anaheim late Wednesday night left 2 people dead. Shelley Dickstein has a story.
I'm here at Lorena Circle in Lincoln in Anaheim, where a shooting took place late Wednesday night, leaving 1 critically injured and the other dead.
I heard the shots. We were on the balcony back here in the front, heard the shots, and came out front. A bunch of people running all over the place, and that's about it. We didn't see anybody do it, but we sure heard it.
The Anaheim police were called to the corner of North Lorena and Lincoln at approximately 10:45 p.m. Wednesday to investigate the cause of multiple gunshots in the area. They found 2 men suffering from gunshot wounds inside a red Chevy Blazer parked on the street. The police believe the homicide may have been gang-related.
Sure, it affects everybody here. It scares them a little bit, but I think we were pretty safe. We're inside a gate. So I don't know if they drove by and shot at them or what, but it's kind of scary.
The names of the victims are still being withheld at this time. However, 1 victim is still in critical condition at UCI Medical Center. For Chapman News, I'm Shelley Dickstein.
And were later identified as Ramon Magana, who was pronounced dead upon arrival, and Edwin Larrazábal, who was pronounced dead shortly after.
Police officer Joseph Wolf was arrested for the murder of the mentally ill homeless man, Kelly Thomas. Wolf was arraigned on Thursday on felony counts of involuntary manslaughter and excessive use of force. Video of the incident showed Wolf was the first officer to strike Thomas. If convicted, Wolf will be in state prison for up to 4 years.
30-year-old Shuan Tren died Saturday morning after running a red light and causing a car pileup on Taft and Tustin in Orange. Witnesses say Tran did not slow down and are questioning whether or not her brakes were working properly. Tran's Toyota crashed into a red pickup, leading into a five-car pileup. All of the drivers suffered non-life-threatening injuries and were taken to a hospital. A local business owner says he spoke to the city multiple times about taking action and putting a traffic light to make that part of the street safer. He hopes this event will expedite such actions.
Chapman University broke down on a performing arts center earlier this month, but it seems as though bigger plans are ahead. Christina Hasenroll has the details.
Just a year after losing the Crystal Cathedral to the Diocese of Orange, Chapman University announced that it had purchased property in Irvine, California, to house the expanding School of Health Sciences. The property consists of 2 adjacent 2-story buildings and 540 parking spaces. Now, the property itself cost $20 million. However, the university will spend an additional $24 million to renovate these buildings into state-of-the-art labs and classrooms for their burgeoning Korean School of Health and Life Sciences.
And so the great thing about that is we will be having all of the graduate programs that will be educating tomorrow's healthcare providers in the same place. So they'll learn to work together as teams, will be able to share resources. I see this as a tremendous win for the university and for clinical health sciences.
New building's always good. I don't know if you've seen the science building, but it leaves a lot to be desired. So I think Chapman's using our money effectively to sort of expand the science division, and I think it'll be great.
This is the first time Chapman has expanded beyond the city of Orange.
I think that's cool, but how far away are the buildings? Because it seems a little inconvenient for students to travel all the way to Irvine to take a class. Is that what's going to have to happen?
The property is located at the intersection of Alton Parkway and Geronimo, near the Irvine Spectrum and Great Park. The building is expected to be completed in 2014. From Irvine, Christina Hasenroll, Chapman News.
This is the 3rd building addition Chapman University has announced in the past year.
After the break, Erica Scott has our weather update.
Thanks, girls. It's looking like another scorcher this weekend. Break out the sunscreen and the towels. Hope to head to the beach. Coming up next with the weather.
Don't stand by, stand up.
Welcome back. I'm Asia Celestino.
And I'm Daniela Pardo.
So, Erica, can we not break out the cardigans yet?
Yeah, what about the scarves? Tell us how the weather's looking for the weekend.
Hey girls, so I know the calendar might say that it's fall, but forget the cold weather. It's going to be hot all weekend. Looking at the East Coast, you can see New York's got 70 degrees. We've got rain all the way down the coast, looking at 89 degrees in Florida, Tampa. As we move across the country, we see thunderstorms are scattering all the way until Texas. Moving on to the West Coast, you can see up north, Sacramento's looking really hot, 96 degrees in Fresno. Moving down to LA, it's a little bit cooler near us, so head out to the beach. We've got 75 degrees, sunny, nice breezes, no precipitation coming up this week. If you're heading to the beach, Huntington Beach has got 6-foot swells, 12 miles per hour winds, so the surf is up and ready for you to go. Looking ahead at our 5-day forecast, you can see that, again, we're just having beautiful weather here in SoCal. High near 90s, low in 70s. It's going to be a great weekend to head outside and catch some sun. I don't know about you girls, but I love this weather. That's why I came all the way to SoCal. What about you girls? What's your weekend looking like?
I love this weather too. My weekend is a lot of studying and projects. Thank you, Erica.
Thanks, Erica.
The presidential election will soon come to an end, and in these final weeks of the campaign for religious freedom is as strong as ever. Nicole Swinford has more.
It's an issue whose standard was taken up many months ago, but with the election weeks away and this week's start of the largest ever annual 40 Days for Life campaign, religious freedom is still a hot topic on voters' minds. And according to pastors, for the people, that's a good thing.
It's perfectly fine to vote according to your faith and your values. Maybe where the problem comes in is when people try to the politicians use their religion to push it on other people.
For Catholics, this particular fight centers around their solid pro-life stances, which came under fire with the president's contraception mandate a few months ago.
Catholics have been under a lot of pressure to compromise their beliefs with our government, and especially with things like contraception and abortion and such.
But despite the pressure, they are certainly not backing down in the voting booth. This week, a pledge began circulation encouraging people to vote pro-life above all other issues.
This particular election, people need to stick by their beliefs.
For Chapman News, I'm Nicole Swinford.
The polls show practicing Catholics overwhelmingly in favor of Governor Romney and the Republican pro-life platform.
The number of animals being impounded in shelters here in Orange County decreases each year. So what's the secret behind this shelter's success? Chapman News' Keon Vahedi has all the details for you.
For more than 60 years, the Orange County Animal Shelter here in Orange has been providing temporary housing and medical care for lost or stray animals. And now with the rate of adoption continually increasing each year, it seems as though animals are getting a second chance at living a full life. According to a recent report by Orange County Animal Care, the outreach organization who's responsible for providing aid to these animals, the number of cats, dogs, and even bunnies impounded here at the shelter has dropped by nearly 5% between 2010 and 2011. That's from 33,000 animals to now 31,000, and this year is no less different.
We seem to have a lot of people coming through, looking at the dogs and adopting the dogs. It seems to be increasing. I would say that maybe people are, licensing their dogs, and so we don't have to impound them if they're running loose. If they get out of the yard, we can take them home directly. We don't have to bring them here. Also, the microchips help a lot in that too, because if they lose their tags, then the microchip tells us who they belong to, and we can take them right home. We don't have to bring them in here for the people to come looking for them.
Though the number of animals impounded here at the Orange County Animal Shelter have dropped, that doesn't mean the work stops here. Still, about half of the animals who wind up in the county shelter don't get a second chance at living a full life. Pet owners are encouraged to get their animals microchipped or to have at least some form of identification that enables the shelter to reunite owners with their beloved pets without ever having to place them behind bars. Reporting from Orange, Keon Vahedi, Chapman News.
For more information regarding OC Animal Care, or if you simply just want to check out a few furry friends, the animal shelter here in Orange is open weekdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The proposal to ban exotic animals from the entertainment market in Anaheim was pulled last minute on Tuesday morning. Councilwoman Lori Galloway said the issue needed more time to be studied to ensure the advocates' desired effects. The law would have prohibited animals such as elephants and tigers from performing within the city, including possibly preventing the Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus from making its annual stop at the Honda Center. The proposal was drafted after animal rights activists told Galloway that the circus abuses animals to get them to perform, a statement Ringling Brothers officially denied. It's unclear if the issue will come back for consideration.
After the break, Zoe Loza brings the latest in sports.
Coming up on Chapman News, a walk to end Alzheimer's, the NFL refs head back to work, plus a professional BMX rider visits Chapman. All that and more when we return. The Best Campus Sports Show is next.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Welcome back. I'm Asia Celestino.
And I'm Daniela Pardo. It's time for the Best Campus Sports Show. Zoe Loza joins us with the sports update.
Zoe, it's been a very busy week for the NFL, so what's the controversy with the refs?
Well, we're going to take a look at the refs controversy, but first, welcome to the Best Campus Sports Show. We'll get back to that in just a minute. I'm Zoe Loza. We'll start off with Chapman Volleyball. Women's volleyball starting off on the right foot, undefeated in SCIAC thus far. They continue their quest for domination in their first season in the conference. The Panthers looking to keep their hot start to the season when playing Pomona Pitzer last Saturday. The Panthers jumping out early to a 2-0 lead. Senior Kate Farron in the driver's seat. She had 20 kills in the match. Senior Ashley Gideon helped take the Panthers from 17-all to a 25-18 win in the first set. The Panthers would win the second set, dominating 25-12, and after losing the third set, the Panthers coming out strong in the fourth. They rolled to their 10th win of the season. We caught up with outside hitter Ashley Gideon post-game.
But I think we're just playing really well together, and it's a great feeling to be undefeated.
Now time to check in with Chapman News reporter Julian Solomita. He is standing by with junior Lena Buckendorf.
I'm here with junior outside hitter Lena Buckendorf. Lena, you had a tough loss on Wednesday against Laverne, and there were a couple calls that didn't go your way, and it came down to the wire. What do you feel went wrong in that game?
We weren't flowing as well as we normally do, and hopefully we can do better in our next game. We're finally getting to know each other better on the court. It was just a real tough loss with Laverne. Next time we'll play at our home court and hopefully beat them.
Yeah, definitely. And your coach has been stressing improvements this whole season, even when you've been winning. What specifically is she looking for?
We had a really great season last year, and so this year it's trying to measure up and be better than even last year. And so we feel that pressure on the court, but we can rise to it.
Definitely. Now you have Whittier today, and you have Kalu tomorrow. I think Kalu is going to be a really tough game. They're 12-3, and they're also undefeated in SCIAC. What can you expect for them?
They're going to have some great hitters out there. They've had a great season last year and the years that previously, so it'll be just really hard to beat them.
All right, well, best of luck to you. Back to you guys.
The women take on Whittier at home tonight and continue SCIAC play tomorrow when they travel to Cal Lutheran. Chapman men's lacrosse made their way to nationals last year. Now they are back and gearing up for fall ball. Amanda Starantino has the latest.
Chapman men's lacrosse is back this season for fall ball with 42 players from across the nation to play in the SLC conference. We got a chance to catch up with Coach Dallas Hartley to find out what the Panthers have to look forward to this season. The team, how has practice and conditioning been going?
It's been going very well. We condition
Monday mornings. We practice Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday in the fall. Team selection went well, 42 guys, 9 different states represented, and team looks good. Defensively, you've got returning goalie Warren Nielsen, returning defenseman Zach Nickelman, who was the first team all-conference last year. Midfielders, you've got AJ Rafter, a junior. He was a second team all-conference last year. Ryan Helmich, first team all-conference last year, third team All-American. Alex Williams at midfield. Some of the guys that are all seniors and juniors. And then at attack, returning attackmen, starting Tyler Ancarlo and Timmy Andrews have really been doing a good job for us.
There's a lot to look forward to for Chapman lacrosse this season. Stay tuned to Chapman News for all the updates on the team. At Chapman University, I'm Amanda Starantino.
The team's first game is Friday, October 12th at Sonoma State. Yesterday, Angels Stadium hosted the final Angels game of the season, but over the weekend, the stadium served a different function. Chapman News Sports Director Wes Rappaport brings us the story from the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Thank you for being here, everybody. With September marking National Alzheimer's Awareness Month, Angels Stadium was transformed into a sea of purple over the weekend. Members of the community flocked to the Big A for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. The event, put on by the Orange County chapter of the Alzheimer's Association, brought people together to recognize those struggling with the debilitating disease.
To lose one's mind, one's grip on reality, one's independence, and one's lifetime of sacred memories is to be stripped of almost everything.
Michelle Hamada is just one example of how families can be altered by the effects of Alzheimer's. Kate Levering of Lifetime's Drop Dead Diva put a team together along with her fiancé Reza in hopes of creating awareness for the disease. The actress lost her father to the disease 2 months ago.
Alzheimer's affects my family so much. It's just really important at this point, since my father is now passed, for us to bring awareness and continue to raise money to fight for a cure and better drugs.
The Alzheimer's Association achieved a goal of holding this walk at Angel Stadium, a plan they have been working on for several years.
The energy of getting out onto that field, walking past the dugout, seeing your logo and your people walking on the Jumbotron, it really elevates the energy of the crowd. It infuses them with that desire to come back next year, to make it bigger, better, stronger. We had the chairman of the board of the Angels open our walk. Who gets to say that? So I'm very, very pleased they were so generous.
This event not only raises money and awareness, but it allows individuals the opportunity to take life into perspective and give it a new meaning. In Anaheim, Wes Rappaport, Chapman News.
The Alzheimer's Association now focuses some attention on their financial goal, raising over $100,000 at the event. The next Walk to End Alzheimer's in the area will be held on October 6th in Dana Point. For more information on future events, visit www.alz.org. Much to the pleasure of the fans and players alike, the NFL and the Referees Association reached a tentative agreement Wednesday night. The refs returned to cheers last night at the Ravens-Browns game in Baltimore. Controversy has surrounded the replacement refs as they officiated the first 3 weeks of the regular NFL season. But following Monday night's Packers-Seahawks game, fans were begging for the return of the regular officials. After 2 days of marathon negotiations, the NFL and the officials union announced the 8-year agreement shortly after midnight, ending the 3-month lockout. The deal must still be ratified by 51 of the union's 121 members. That vote will take place today and tomorrow in Dallas. Last week, Chapman got a visit from a talented breakdancer, a breakdancer with a bike. Lauren Furry has more.
I am a professional BMX flatland rider. It's just kind of taking your body and your bike and your mind and seeing what you can come with in your head.
Terry Adams was just 12 years old when he found his passion for flatland. Just 4 years later, he started entering flatland contests as a professional.
Best flatland event that happens is the Red Bull Circle of Balance. They invite like 16 guys from around the world, a couple, like 2 or 3 people from each country. I'm actually the one guy from the US that got an invite.
Red Bull not only sends Terry across the world for contests, but also to college campuses for a smaller crowd.
It's great to actually have something like this where I can tour around and be myself and not have to worry about being a part of this big show and just kind of do stuff underground is what makes it cool for the sport.
Having Terry here on campus, I figured I could sneak in a private lesson. It's harder than it looks.
I mean, hopefully I'll definitely be riding in 10 years. All the guys that I looked up to when I was 12, those guys are still riding. It's motivating for me to look at those guys and see that I don't really have to stop, or, you know, age doesn't really matter. As long as you're doing what you love and you stay healthy, you can still do it.
Terry will be in Southern California for 2 more weeks promoting Red Bull and his BMX talents. Reporting from the dorm courts, I'm Lauren Faree, Chapman News.
Terry even said that out of all the college campuses he visited last week, Chapman was his favorite. Golf's greats playing together and picking sides for golf's most prestigious team event, the Ryder Cup. Team USA hosts the foes from across the pond at Medina Country Club in Illinois. This year's captains are Davis Love III for the United States and Jose Maria Olazabal, leading the European team. Play begins today with the alternate shot foursomes. America has dominated all-time records, but Europe has won 6 of the last 8, including in 2010, winning by a single point, edging the United States 14.5 to 13.5. A quick update, midway through round 1, the US and Europe are tied. Here's a look at the week ahead in Chapman Athletics. Men's water polo battles Claremont Mud Scripps Wednesday at 5 p.m. Women's soccer takes on the Tigers of Occidental Wednesday at 4 p.m. on Wilson Field. And a week from today, catch women's volleyball as they host Claremont Mud Scripps, game time 7:30. And the football team heads up to Whittier this weekend to play the Poets at 7 tomorrow night. You can catch that football game on chapmanradio.com. I'll tell you what, Asia, Daniela, I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for some regular officials back at the games in the NFL this week.
And I definitely think Facebook is too, Zoe.
Yeah, and Twitter. Thank you, Zoe.
Thanks.
Thank you guys. We've got some great entertainment news from Shimola when we come back.
Coming up in entertainment, I've got the latest in the tragic death of actor Johnny Lewis. I'll tell you how you can party like a Greek god tonight, and Broadway comes to Chapman. All of this and more coming up.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Welcome back. I'm Asia Celestino.
And I'm Daniela Pardo.
Next in entertainment, Shimola has the perfect occasion for that toga you've been dying to pull out of your costume box.
And an exciting musical on campus. Shimola, what's going on in entertainment?
We begin with this segment with a tragic story about an actor's fall from grace. Johnny Lewis, who had recurring roles on Sons of Anarchy and The OC, once dated Katy Perry, was found dead in the driveway of his Los Angeles home on Wednesday. He entered into his landlord's apartment, beating her and her cat to death. A neighbor heard a commotion and attempted to catch Lewis. They fought back and forth until Lewis climbed on top of a roof, and that is when he is said to have plummeted to his death. Lewis was arrested twice previously this year with crimes related to violence. He was released from jail 35 days before his death. Lewis is suspected to have been taking PCP or meth due to his display of, quote, superhuman strength as he fought the neighbor after the homicide. The actor's autopsy was yesterday, and results will be released in a few weeks. Chapman University's theater department features its opening play of the semester called Company. It's a 1960 Broadway musical written by Stephen Sondheim with a book written by George Firth. The story is about Robert, who is the last of his friends to get married on his 35th birthday. Robert is taken on a journey of understanding relationships and is faced with the biggest question of his life: is marriage for me?
Person's journey towards discovering what it really means to love someone.
The musical stars Trevor Shore as the lead role of Robert. The production is directed by guest director Todd Nielsen. The musical will play at Walmart Theatre September 27th to 29th and October 4th to 6th, with evening shows at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday matinees at 2 p.m. Tickets for Chapman students are $10. Public tickets are $20. The show is a must-watch. It will leave you laughing and empathizing for the main character. Step back in time to ancient Greece with cornicium columns, statues, grapevines, and ivy galore. The University Program Board and Chapman Radio are teaming up to celebrate a night amongst the gods. All students are invited to enjoy traditional Mediterranean food, plus free beer and wine for students over 21. Dress up in your most creative toga costume and Spartan sandals to dance to Chapman Radio's very own DJs, Mika and Vroom, Earwell, and Jimmy Stanley. The Student Union will open their doors at 9:30 p.m. Don't miss out this on Chapman White Dance Party. That's all I have for entertainment. Danielle, Asia, will I see you girls at the musical tonight?
I don't know about the musical, but I really want to go to that Greek Get Down. Thanks, Shamola.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
That's our show, guys. I'm Asia Celestino.
And I'm Daniela Pardo. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.